Those of us who love this sport live for nights like this. Wilson, quarterback sneak, touchdown. Alabama still #1. McElroy throws the screen left. Julio left side, touchdown.
He got Wilson, he fumbled the ball. LSU has got it at the 3-yard line.
Screen pass, Yeldon. Touchdown, Alabama.
Death Valley, the place where opponents' dreams come to die.
Les Miles knows a little bit about that. The head coach, now in his 10th season, has led the Tigers to a 46-3 record on Saturday night in Death Valley. We welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Tonight, the renewal of a very intense rivalry. The Alabama Crimson Tide 7-1 for the year. The LSU Tigers 7-2. Give you an up-to-date look at the SEC West standings. Mississippi State, followed by Alabama, Auburn losing today. Ole Miss and LSU. Hi, once again, everybody. Welcome to Death Valley on a Saturday night. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We are excited to be here. I promise you that. You know, a lot has changed in the SEC West this year. But, Gary, one constant. That is the intensity of this rivalry between these two.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Vern. And all the memories for this LSU football team go back a year ago. Remember how this game ended? Zach Mettenberger crawling off the field. And then they looked across the field and their dreaded foes were jumping in each other's arms. Believe me, that's remembered in this football game as they start. But you know, Vern,
102,000 gathered in Death Valley. Here come the Tigers. That fourth loss at home was a Monday night game. Les Miles' first year. They played Tennessee here, had a big lead at half, but lost it. 7th night game this season. And let's go down to Allie, who is with Nick Saban.
Coach, you've won the last 3, but this continues to be one of the most anticipated games of the year. What makes this matchup so unique?
Well, I think the quality of the two programs. You know, we both had good teams for a long time, and games always has some importance and significance, and obviously this game tonight has a lot of significance.
You're playing in prime time in Death Valley against an LSU team that's playing its best football of the season right now. What would be the difference tonight?
Well, I think what we need to do is play our best football of the season. That's what we need to be focused on. That's the challenge that we have. So it's going to take a lot of discipline. We're going to have to overcome adversity. We're going to have to play a 60-minute game.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Vern, you can't fool the fans. They like close games, big consequences, and great football players. We got all 3.
You've heard from Nick Saban. There's another coach on the field tonight. Once again, Allie the Force, this time with Les Miles.
Coach,
LSU's kicking it off.
a win tonight puts you right back in the thick of the SEC West race. What makes you feel confident that your team will rise to the occasion?
We don't care, to be honest with you, what the other than this night holds for us. This will be a great game. We'll look forward to playing Alabama.
You're playing a multi-dimensional quarterback in Blake Sims and one of the best wide receivers in college football in Amari Cooper. What's your defensive game plan to stop them?
Like to keep him intact in the pocket, like to expect some of his disconnect runs, play coverage, and you know, you have to defend with a variety of things. This guy, it's not just one, it's not one style of movement.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Allie, thank you.
Oh, the good old Mad Hatter up to his old tricks. Yeah, it's kind of funny watching him in interviews. It's almost like he's got a problem with person-to-person interaction because he crashes and burns every time somebody does an interview with him. It's pretty funny. If you go back and look at it, he ducks down and like tries to put himself on her level for some reason. He's such an idiot.
Will kick off, and it will be Trent Domingue, the deep man, DeAndrew White, and Christian Jones for the Crimson Tide. A yard deep, Christian Jones. To the 23.
You know, I said before this game, the only way that Alabama would have a problem winning this game by a wide margin, actually, would be if the offense just completely fell apart and Blake Sims had one of his bad games. And unfortunately for us, that's why we weren't able to score. Blake Sims threw, what was it, nearly 50 pass attempts in this game. And as you're going to be seeing shortly, it was not a very good game plan by Lane Kiffin to start this game. For some weird reason, Blake Sims seems to have a harder time throwing the ball when there's no pressure, when he's not rolling out of the pocket. He threw the ball 2 feet behind DeAndre White there, and it was just a quick hit pass on the slant across the middle. He's got to do a better job with his accuracy, definitely, if we're going to be able to contend with the better defenses in the game.
The genius of Lane Kiffin. He's going to give you a lot of different looks.
Jalen Collins is matched up against Amari Cooper. Here's Yeldon. Quick screen, dropped. Cooper. An 8, Alabama at the 40. 4-man rush for LSU. Sims got him open. That's O.J. Good. You alluded to it. He's played well at home, a little less effective. Sophomore has been a force.
Unfortunately, Blake Sims makes improper read here. Should have given the ball to Yeldon with the defensive end staying home and taking him on the play. Felt like we could have probably had some success if we would have ran the read option a little bit more in this game, but it seemed like this particular play scared him away from running it for the rest of the game.
Look at him read his keys, step in, and
guarded by Jalen Mills. Blitz. Sims short, a little wide to the left, actually. 6 yards per punt. White lets it go. Nope. Landon Collins did Jennings, and he was benched for the freshman Brandon Harris in the Auburn game. But Harris had an equally horrible outing, 3 of 14, Mike. And so Jennings is back in the starting role and has been there ever since. And this remains at the tailback.
First third down for LSU here. Actually, really good defense by Alabama on this option. They just weren't able to close the edge and make the tackle before he got the first down.
Desperately recruited by both these schools. That's Leonard Fournette. Fournette comes left. Backs in the eye again. Neighbors will. Oh, he did. Connor Neighbors did a nice job.
Yes, he did.
Leading.
Big man, Melvin Johnson.
Here's Fournette. Down at the 10 by Landon. First down 10. Going to the 16. Oh, busted play. Jennings. And then Reggie Ragland meets him up high.
I think Anthony Jennings was wrong on this one. Everybody else was running to the right. Jennings wanted to pitch it to the left. The only people that might seem right also
that's
drafted.
right. On third down. Oh, one-handed grab by Dupree. Nope.
Was he out of bounds?
That is the root.
Left hand, it appeared to me. Holding off Jones. Catches it.
The receiver had possession of the ball with 1 foot down. Touchdown.
The 7th tiebreaker.
A couple of reasons I wanted to include these next 2 plays here that were very important. Number 1, Blake Sims is under center for one of the only plays during the game. TJ Yeldon run the ball between the tackles and picked up about 6 yards. The very next play here, we line up in shotgun and we run that stupid, ridiculous, unsuccessful outside zone / sweep play that gets us absolutely nothing. And, you know, I don't know why Lane Kiffin can't just do like me and watch the tape and see that we're successful when we run the ball between the tackles. We're not successful when we don't. It's as simple as that. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. Hopefully in the games ahead we'll be running the ball between the tackles more with TJ Yeldon banged up and Derrick Henry being a one-cut type back that likes to run the ball between the tackles with power.
And LSU has the best third down defense in the SEC.
Yeldon brother, he's close.
I'll tell you.
Again, not to beat a dead horse, but Jesus Christ, look at this play. It was designed to go to the outside, but look at the space up the middle. I mean, he took the ball up the middle and got a first down on 3rd and 18. I mean, something's got to give here, you know? Somebody's got to be able to take a look at this and say, all right, let's get back to just a little more. You know, it ain't got to be, you don't have to completely change the offense and do it like LSU does. Just do it on a, you know, decently consistent basis. You know, make them think that the threat of you running the ball between the tackles is there. Maybe that would help out some.
Zone for the quarterback. Saw it a little bit from Dak Prescott.
You know, it makes me wonder why didn't we see any more of this throughout the game? Why, you know, as successful as that was, the run and play with Sims there, why didn't we see any more of that throughout the game? That's a little perplexing to me. It's almost like Kiffin's a little too all over the place at times.
DJ Welter is still on the field.
He's an important player on this football team for LSU.
Derrick Henry.
It's almost coincided.
Derrick Henry up the middle between the tackles, 5-yard gain. Get the point, understand, see what I mean, see why I bitch all the time.
Made the stop and then heads to the bench. Kendall Beckwith, sophomore out of Jackson, Louisiana, 2nd and 5. Play action Sims. Block from Henry. That was intended.
I'm gonna tell you, man, this offense is really frustrating at times. I can't wrap my mind around what Lane Kiffin is thinking a lot of times. I mean, this was a simple, quick hit pass on a slant that should have been a better throw. I mean, if Blake Sims makes a better throw there, you know, that's caught for the first down and it's no problem. But why put yourself in that position when you're succeeding running the ball? I don't get it. I don't understand. Because, see, here on 3rd and 5, you could run, I suppose, but you just pretty much need to throw the ball in order to be able to get the first down here.
And it's dropped.
He had him, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I just think they'll go for it. The way they kick field goals?
Yeah.
By the way, I just realized that I accidentally left out the missed field goal by Adam Griffith, so if you were looking for that play, it will show it later on in the game on a replay. So
They got a Cooper in the backfield.
To the left of Blake Sims. Now he goes in motion. Roll out. Cooper, pretty good option. First down.
I wanted to slow this play down and take a really good look at it. Lane Kiffin likes for Blake Sims to check with him on a lot of these plays where the matchups are favorable for Alabama, the defensive backs versus the wide receivers. This particular play, you've got 7 men in the box, 1 deep safety, and we've got 2 guys split out wide on each side. You got Amari Cooper split out to one side, DeAndre White split out to the other side. It's a good matchup for Blake Sims to try to throw a deep ball, and they checked into 2 vertical routes for each of the X and Y receivers, and he tried to hit DeAndre White with the deep ball here and wasn't able to, unfortunately, because he's not able to throw a deep ball with any kind of accuracy, which is what I've been saying all year long. I've had a lot of guys in the comments of the other videos that I've made say that I'm too hard on Blake Sims. Well, you know what? Here's a good example. If he makes a good throw, just a good throw, the guy's beat by DeAndre White and you got 6 points. He doesn't, makes a bad throw, too bad.
Tipped away. It was intended for DeAndre White and Jalen Mills.
And it's interesting because Lane Kiffin really likes to play to his matchup strengths. He's an NFL-style coach. He wants the quarterback to be able to recognize these matchups that we have that are supposedly favorable, and he wants his quarterback to be able to hit them deep. Well, you know what? Blake Sims is not that type of quarterback. That's the only problem we've been running into this year. That's why we're not having a lot of success in the vertical passing game.
2nd and 10, Yeldon the running back. White in the slot. Christian Jones is now outside.
Only one guy on Cooper on this one. Man to man, no help.
Jalen Collins again.
There it is.
Cooper.
And I had to slow this down right here at the end. My God, what a fucking stiff arm, dude. Thank you. Come again.
Pretty easy, isn't it? If you notice man-to-man coverage, in basketball, if the best guy's covered by one guy, you let him shoot.
Jennings gets around the corner. That's out of bounds to stop the clock. Never saw that coming. We watched most of the second half here. Here's Jennings. That one's tipped. Yes, in Gainesville. Jennings, intercepted. Picked off by Eddie Jackson. Oh, baby. Eddie Jackson.
Alabama loves it in these situations.
Yeldon gets a block, heads right. He's so patient.
Yes.
In Blake Sims' defense, DeAndre White, for some reason, does not like running really strong routes. Of course, he got bumped there, and the guy pulled his shoulder. It really should have been holding on the defense there. But still, DeAndre White's got to run more authoritative routes if this offense is going to be successful in the passing game, because Blake Sims does need another option besides Amari Cooper.
Now it's going to be 4th down, and Adam Griffith, as we said, 7 of 7 to start the year. One of his last 5, and he missed that one, hit the left upright. So they will bring him on. This will be a 39-yard field goal. Cooper Bateman, number 18, a third-string quarterback, is the holder. From 39 out to break the tie. And he does.
I hope that we would go into halftime and come up with a game plan that included more running the ball, because we ran the ball for success the few times that we did run the ball in the first half, and I don't really know what the game plan was to completely stay away from the run as much as possible. I mean, we had some success on the few plays that we did run the ball, so it didn't make much sense to me. But I hope that coming out in the second half we would establish the run, and as you'll see shortly, that's not the case.
We get set to start the second half. Here's Allie with Les Miles.
Coach, you held one of the most explosive offenses in the SEC to just 10 first-half points, but they did start to pick up momentum there toward the end. Any changes you would make defensively?
No, defensively, they didn't get off the field on 3rd down, but the opponent made some really fine plays. I think we're doing the things we need to do, just execute a little bit better on 3rd down defensively. Offensively, we don't turn the ball over, and we execute. We need to execute on 3rd downs. It's really a 3rd down game right now.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Who has to run the ball better? They really do. That's how they got here. That's how they turned it around this season, running the ball. That's where they got to get back. But that's right into the teeth of this, this Alabama defense.
Well, the Alabama defense over the course of the year, giving up only 78 yards per game on the ground. That's number 2 among all FBS schools. 2nd down and 7.
I thought they had it going pretty good to Fournette a little bit, running to the left. The last time, remember, they didn't block the end man on the line of scrimmage. Well, nothing works that way. I think they got to recommit, run that ball downhill, and from there make some easy attempts for Anthony Jennings off the play action.
2nd down, 7.
There's the one.
Yes, indeed. Connor Neighbors.
Oh, look at our stats. You look at the stats, and you're 2 for 10. You need to give them a couple comfortable throws.
And a 1st down on first and 10. Here's Fournette. Guy again with Fournette, the deep back. Play action. Jennings chased.
Beautiful.
Caught. Traven Durrell across the 50.
Now he's feeling better about himself.
Fournette up the middle.
Look at that.
It's what you talked about to begin the broadcast.
Absolutely.
The fullback. Blitz. Jennings. 1st down.
It's almost as if Alabama got 2 players in free, and they too has helped.
Jennings has to get rid of it quickly, and he has to oh boy.
Miscommunication there. That was bad.
Terrence McGee, along with Connor Neighbors in the backfield. This
time on the touchdown, right about this yard. They threw the fade for the touchdown.
Jennings looks back toward the bench. Here comes the blitz. Collins gets a great block from McGee. Did Dupre get it, or was he out of bounds?
Fade, exact play.
For the tie, Kobe Delahousse from 42 yards out. It's good, and we are notched. Yeldon, the running back. Blake Sims gets a block from Yeldon. Dances back, being chased. Has to throw it away. Second down and 10. Four seconds on the play clock. 3, 2. Just does get it snapped, but to no avail.
You know, Lane Kiffin's ass really deserved a pop, because on third downs, he was calling plays that were not, the receivers weren't running routes far enough to get us first downs. And even if Blake Sims was able to find the receivers and throw a good ball and they were to catch it, they weren't at the first down marker. So why run plays on third down where the routes are not far enough to get you a first down, even if you make the completions? That's simple ABC offensive football. I mean, give me a break. That's just stupid. We'll give his ass a pop.
On that one, that's a poor play. Ball should have been caught on the 20, ends up on the 7 or 8 yard line. So that's like a loss of 13 yards.
The result of the 66-yard punt. Tre'Davious White shakes his head at himself.
Yeah, that ball was in the air a long time not to catch it.
Good punt.
I mean, just 15 seconds ago, Alabama was down here, remember? Now look at that. One change in punt, and all of a sudden the field position gets turned around.
Fournette rested quite a bit in the third quarter. Look at that. In the eye. Boom. And let's go back, Adam.
Wow.
Definitely.
You got to give a lot of credit to the defensive line and the linebackers for Alabama here, because LSU was totally content with lining up and just beating the shit out of us, smashing us right in the mouth, running the ball right up the middle. You know, they were going to soften up that defensive front, or going to try. And the defense didn't break. They bent at times, but they didn't break. They kept to their assignments. They played good, sound, solid football, and forced several third downs where, you know, they were just the better team. Alabama was just the better team on defense, and they kept them from converting on third downs. You know, that's all this game really breaks down to, is who was better on third down, because both defenses played well enough. I mean, in my opinion, Alabama's defense played excellent, played extraordinary in this game. LSU's defense didn't have to play that great because our offense was completely inept. LSU was running plays where, you know, it didn't take much to succeed, because they were running the ball right up the middle every single play, and there wasn't anything that we could do about it, you know? It was amazing to me. I guess if they hadn't cut so much time off the clock, they would have probably scored a lot more points on us. But this offense that they were running was indicative of cutting a lot of time off the clock, and you know, it was putting a big-time strain on our defense. And I can't say enough about how impressed I was with our defense's ability to stop them from running for a whole lot of success. And that's going to be key going into this next game with Mississippi State, because they like to run the ball a lot too. Granted, it's not this same kind of ground and pound smash mouth line up with a fullback in I formation and run the ball up the middle.
He hit it from about 10 yards deep.
Dropped.
That's a big drop.
Trey Quinn, yes.
Yep, that ball should have been caught. Trey Quinn is in the game for one primary reason: to make this play. He's a slot receiver, number 8. They're setting him up for a first down. You got to catch that ball. You just have to make that play. He's in the game as a possession receiver. They set him up. Perfect throw. Coaching staff, everybody did their job. And poor Trey did. I'm going to earn my money.
This is the point of the game where Alabama in years past had set itself apart from everybody else in the country, because with 3 minutes left, we would normally run the ball, knock some of the clock out, knock most of the clock out, get down into field goal range for a potential game-winning field goal, or be able to score a touchdown and ice the game completely. However, with this offense that's ran by Lane Kiffin, it's almost like he doesn't comprehend this concept for whatever reason, and it's very off-putting to me, because I'm as an Alabama fan, I'm used to seeing Alabama do that, run that type of offense to where 3 minutes left on the clock and you're getting the ball back and it's a tie game, Alabama's going to win. Well, not so much anymore, and Lane Kiffin is really going to have to take a look at his offense and try to figure something else out, because this, see, like right there, passing the ball. Why not run the ball, take a little more time off the clock just in case you don't succeed on third down here? It was completely, his offensive game plan was abysmal in my opinion.
For the game, Alabama's 5 for 16.
Goes deep. Jump ball. Incomplete. Fourth down.
I tell you, LSU's not making a mistake. They're not having a busted assignment. They're sticking with their men. Even when the quarterback, Blake Sims, scrambles out, Jalen Collins, who's had a wonderful football game, sticks with his man and makes the defensive play.
J.K. Scott on to punt.
And right here is where the series of unfortunate, unlike Alabama events started. J.K. Scott has been complete money all year long, and look what he did here. He punts the ball maybe 30 yards and gives them decent field position to start the drive, where he should have been able to pin them deep. And like I said, that just started a series of very unfortunate events for Alabama here that gave LSU the upper hand at the end of the game.
2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. We're in the fourth quarter in Death Valley.
Let's see what happens.
McGee is the running back. Jennings pressured. Is that caught or trapped? I think it was trapped.
And I tell you, he got hit. Jennings did when he let that ball go.
With 2 timeouts remaining. Harris pulls it out. Down the sidelines. That's McGee goes wide out. Incomplete. Oh. Again, it's dropped by Trey Quinn.
Yeah, this one wasn't a very good throw, though, Vern. This was a tough catch, I think. So he was out to his outside and kind of fading away from him. Well, Vern, the more I watch it, the more I agree with you. He should have had that ball.
Instead, it'll be a punt. Jamie Queen. Christian Jones. Gets away from it. Watch this. They feed Yeldon.
Vern, we showed you at halftime how Alabama had struggled to throw the ball more than 10 yards. Well, that's still the story. Look at that. Not one deep ball. Nothing beyond 10 yards. Most of them 5 yards or less.
For just a moment, my mind went back to last year's Iron Bowl. A.J. McCarron to Amari Cooper for 99 yards in the fourth quarter. Yeldon. Fumble! Ball out! LSU's got it! Beckwith recovered it. That is the 11th lost fumble this year by Alabama. It has plagued them.
Remember, he came in with a tweaked ankle knee And that's exactly what was his knee down, but that ankle.
This was Brett's text to me after the fumble and my response to him.
Turnovers. They're -2 coming into this game.
Nothing on that play. Terrence McGee still battling. Flag.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 74. LSU, 15-yard penalty, second out.
The dog. Looks like they're positioning for the field goal. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait a second. That was not forward progress. It should have been. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I think they got to run it and force the last time out. They're going to center it.
Yeah. This is for 39 yards and the lead.
Craig Thorpe calls him the best snapper in college football. He's never had a bad one.
That one's good. And this one is as well. LSU grabs the lead. Perfect. Les Miles. Colby Delahousse. Nick Saban. Domingue will kick off. Les Miles trying to go 47-3 as the head coach here on Saturday night.
And as much as Alabama has struggled with offense, perhaps the kickoff return would be the best shot. Does LSU do something different to avoid the big kickoff return?
Twice in his career, Christian Jones has returned kickoffs for touchdowns.
Yeah, they squib it. And out of bounds.
Oh!
Just those stats that you quoted, Les had in his head.
Blitz. Sims got it. O.J. Howard gets out of bounds. Derrick Henry is the running back. Sims looks deep, fires deep left side. He's got DeAndrew White open, and Tre'Davious White got back. From the corner, Sims forced outside. He'll run it.
Made a first down. What
I think so.
Athletic play that was.
Yep.
I believe they were going to the inside screen networks to get a 50-yarder.
Sims, O.J. Howard again.
They're very nicely done by Alabama. Not panicking. Bottom to your best player.
Sims looks that way. Oh, Cooper dropped it.
Oh, my. Second one of the second half. And that would have been a first down.
Sims dances right. Fires it. Jones thinks he's got it. And they gave it to him. Completed catch.
They'll be able to ground it. And stop the clock.
That was a gain of 16.
And finally getting out of the pocket. He delivers the ball, gets his hands underneath it, and does he control it? It doesn't matter.
Four-man rush. Sims. Caught. Yes. DeAndrew White. How about this drive?
They've got 7 seconds. Do you throw one in the end zone or do you go field goal right now? Alabama's going to go field goal right now.
Adam Griffith on the opening drive or earlier in the game. hit the upright. He's hit 2 of his last 7. He's 1 for 2 tonight. This is for the tie. 27 yards out. We are
believe, motherfucker!
At 13.
What a drive. All the pressure. I think back when A.J. McCarron led that last drive down there. This time, Blake Sims, without the experience of McCarron, just stayed with it, patiently moved the ball down there and got the one big play to the outside. First, the pass over the middle, and then the one to the outside, and an easy cook. What a football game.
We are headed to overtime. Derrick Henry is the running back.
Well, look at this odd formation. Players all over the field.
Cooper's in the slot. They go to the tight end. It's down to the 1. Brandon Green.
I said it was an odd formation because this is an offensive tackle.
This is one instance where Lane Kiffin's genius comes in to help you out. They ran the trick play here on the first play of overtime, and you know, it was timed perfectly. However, big guy right there at the end almost fumbled the ball, and he really should have fell into the end zone. But excellent, fantastic call by Kiffin. Got to give him props.
15-yard penalty will be 1st and 10.
Yeah, Leon Brown is the guy.
And enough bitching about the personal foul play that they called on LSU when LSU got the ball back off the fumble. Because that one on Leon Brown right there was a crock of shit as well. If you want to call the other one a crock of shit, this one's definitely a crock of shit. I mean, yeah, you could say it was a block in the back right there, but still, they were both crock of shit calls, but you know what? That means that they washed. So, fuck you, the people that say that the game got given to Alabama because of that penalty. We got backed up 15-2.
Remember, Yeldon was injured when he fumbled. So
I wonder if Nick Saban had anything to do with the play call in here in overtime. Yeah, definitely. I would think he did. Don't know about here at the end, but I know he had something to do with telling Lane Kiffin, hey, let's fucking run the ball, boy. Let's run the ball.
Kendall Beckwith, middle linebacker, is in the backfield. They give it to Fowler. Dives up and over the top, and it's going to be 1st and goal. White, along with Christian Jones, all 3 to the right side. Up the middle, Derrick Henry. Down at the 1, Quan Alexander.
For some reason, this version of the video did not show the penalty by Leon Brown again for the false start. It backed us up. If you'll take note, the ball's placed at the 2-yard line right here after that run by Derrick Henry. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2, and it actually ends up being 5 yards back because of the false start.
2nd and goal. So Derrick Henry is the running back. Cooper wide to the left. Sims this side. DeAndrew White touchdown. Melvin Jones is the fullback. Play action. Jennings out of the backfield. He dropped it. Melvin Jones.
You know, in this case, dropped as being kind. He batted it down, basically. Watch him. Goes up for the ball, turns his head. I mean, he didn't.
And 10. Jennings, left side, one-on-one. Receiver ran out of bounds. That's Malachi Dupree.
Yeah, that was somewhat of an odd call. You know, I mean, remember, it's still 3 more downs to score. And I believe that Cam Cameron thought he could pick on Cyrus Jones, number 5. He just felt that that was the guy to go after, and he's been going after him all game. Hasn't worked, has it?
Not at all. 3rd down, 10.
Even the 1 touchdown was a great throw and good coverage.
4-man Alabama rush. Tipped away. Nick Perry. Intended for Trayvon Durrell. Fourth down.
Look what happened. The first down drop defined the whole series of calls. And as Perry goes over and gets the ball, good defense.
4th and 10, LSU. Here's Jennings. Pulls up, lobs it into the end zone. It is tipped and incomplete. And Alabama in overtime with a wonderfully conceived drive for the tying field goal to set up the OT prevails.
There was a lot of bumping, a lot of hand checking, and the officials kept the flags in their pockets. I really thought Jennings could have made the first down on this. When he gets outside, there is no one in front of him. He sees the throw, and no.
Oh, you're right.
Look at all that hand checking. But I tell you, it's from both guys. Dupree was shoving as well. And when they're both shoving it in play, the official's not going to bail you out.
We go down to the field. Allie is with Nick Saban.
Coach, in football in a short season, a win is a win. This team overcame a lot of mistakes in this game, but when it came down to it, your leader, Blake Sims, made the big plays when he needed to. What were you most impressed with?
Well, you know what? I told the players when we fumbled the ball, I told the defense, now this is where you show you know how to win. We got to stop them and get a field goal. We'll call timeouts. We'll get the ball back. Told the offense that in a 2-minute drive. They did a great job. Blake did a great job managing the clock as well as making some really good throws, even though we had a drop. Got the field goal and made a great throw in overtime. So this is a great win for our team. It's a great win for our fans. You know, LSU deserves a tremendous amount of credit. They played a tremendous game and really controlled the football in the second half totally and completely. So, but we made the plays when we have to, and it shows that our guys know how to win.
Coach, what have you heard about TJ Yeldon and the severity of his injury?
He just twisted ankle. I don't know how bad or anything.
Congratulations on your 4th straight win against LSU.
Thank you very much. It's a tough place to play and a lot of character on our players' part to be able to overcome what they overcame to win this game, and I'm really proud of it.
Congratulations, Coach.
ESPN 2 real quick, Coach.
Allie, thank you. Alabama wins it 4 in a row over LSU. Next up for Alabama, that team from Starkville.
What a freaking game. Roll Tide. Sorry it took me so long to get this up, guys. I had to go through a lot to try to get this HD file going instead of recording it off my TV. So I apologize for that, but got it done. I got it up. You know, here we go. We got to play Mississippi State this weekend, and we got to get it done. Keep rolling, baby. Like I said, didn't like the offensive calling from Kiffin throughout the game, but it is what it is. We ended up making key plays at key times to be able to stay in control of the game, and ended up getting it done at the end. So props to Blake Sims for the drive at the end of the 4th quarter, and well done in overtime. Excellent defense all game long, and it was also a great job by the offensive line dealing with the LSU defense. Can't wait to see what we do Saturday against Mississippi State. Roll!